The moment he said homicide detective, yeah. And the first thing I said was, did Howard Ruffin kill my daughter? I welcomed him into my home, and I treated him like a son, and he repaid me by taking my daughter from me.
This is Love Hurts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content. "32-year-old Jackelyn Wilson, affectionately known as Jackie, was a radiant beauty. She had the biggest, brightest, most gorgeous eyes and an infectious smile just as bright. Everyone who knew Jackie loved her because she was full of energy and laughs and pure love. Jackie worked as a certified nursing assistant, and her patients and coworkers absolutely adored her. She was so nurturing and kind to everyone, always offering a listening ear or a shoulder to cry on. Whether it was through her vibrant energy at gatherings or her gentle support during tough times, Jackie had an extraordinary way of making everyone feel special and valued. She was the mother of 4 beautiful children, so she had her hands full, but she enjoyed motherhood. It was her most important role, and she didn't take it lightly either. She was dedicated and devoted to her kids, and she never missed a single beat when it came to taking care of them. There was nothing she wouldn't do to make them happy. Most aspects of Jackie's life were stable, but her love life, now that was a different story. Jackie was in a relationship with 39-year-old Howard Ruffin, and the union was turbulent to say the very least. The two had been together for 5 years off and on, and most of that time together was volatile. Howard had a number of domestic violence charges against him, including one involving Jackie. In 2022, she was listed as a victim in a felony assault on a family member case against Howard in Harris County, Texas. He wasn't immediately arrested on the felony charge, though. In fact, it wasn't until April of 2023 that Howard was arrested after he was pulled over in a neighboring county and his warrant was discovered. That neighboring county released him on a $7,500 bond, and Harris County, where the original case stemmed from, was never notified of Howard's arrest or release. Howard was out on the streets free as a bird until finally, in September of 2024, he was arrested. This time, Harris County arrested him. Jackie was sure he would be held for an extended amount of time, so she figured this would be the perfect time to try to break away from him and end the relationship. And that's exactly what she did. She broke things off with him and she removed all of his belongings from her home. Unfortunately, when Howard appeared before the judge, he was given another $7,500 bond and released on September 30th, just 2 days after his arrest. By the time Howard made it out of lockup, he was furious with Jackie, and the one and only thing on his mind was revenge. On October 2nd of 2024, just 2 days after his release from jail, police say Howard burst into Jackie's home early in the morning while she was getting her 2 youngest children ready for school. Camera footage shows that he was in her home only for a few seconds before gunshots rang out, and Jackie would be left for dead in front of her 2 small children.
On 13, we've got new video of the moment a mother was shot to death in front of her 2 young children. It shows a man walk into her Willowbrook area apartment this morning, and then you hear nearly a dozen gunshots.
He shot my mom.
Heartbreaking words from a little boy this morning outside the Willow Green apartments. He and his brother inside the 2nd floor unit just after 8 when this man walks in. Then an argument with their mom.
Oh, really? Go ahead.
A gunshot, soon followed by 8 more as their target screams in agony. You then see the man walk out and calmly walk away, a mere 20 seconds after he arrived.
A 6-year-old and a 4-year-old to actually run out to say that they seen somebody shoot their mom and, in front of them.
This woman, who asked not to be identified, says she raced with the boys back to their apartment to find their mom badly bleeding.
And we went in there and she was just gasping for air like,
Sadly, things weren't okay. The victim succumbing to her injuries, her neighbors left in abject disbelief.
Like, who does that? That's what you call somebody who doesn't have a heart, who's heartless.
When Jackie's mom learned of her daughter's death, she knew exactly who was responsible.
Says the system failed her daughter after she was shot and killed during a domestic violence situation last week in Northwest Harris County. ABC 13's Micah Hatfield is live at the jail where the accused murderer is now being held.
Gina, Denise Bibbs tells me that her daughter had broken up with Howard Ruffin just a couple of days before her murder. She says she thinks her daughter was ready to move on and that Ruffin just couldn't handle it. Now, Miss Bibbs is raising her 4 grandchildren.
The moment he said homicide detective, yeah. And the first thing I said was, did Howard Ruffin kill my daughter?
Denise Bibbs says in spite of her 32-year-old daughter, Jackelyn Wilson, and her boyfriend Howard Ruffin's volatile relationship,
I welcomed him into my home, and I treated him like a son, and he repaid me by taking my daughter from me.
Bibbs says she was aware of their volatile relationship and had tried to get her daughter to leave. Back in 2022, Wilson is listed as a victim in a felony assault of a family member case against Ruffin. Turns out he was arrested on that warrant in Maverick County near the border in May of 2023. But there was some kind of breakdown in communication, according to local authorities, and Harris County was never notified. Ruffin was released on a $7,500 bond by Maverick County.
I was angry about it because they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. They failed. The system failed my daughter.
Bibbs says she can't think too much about the what ifs and how that might have changed things, but she says she will be at all of Ruffin's court dates.
Every day he goes to court, I want him to see my husband in our face.
Ruffin turned himself in and bond has not been set.
Howard turned himself into authorities shortly after the shooting, and he's currently in custody awaiting trial. My heart truly goes out to Jackie's family, friends, and loved ones, especially her 4 young children. If you are in a domestic abuse relationship, create an out plan and get out now. Once you are out, do not turn back. Turning back can cost you your life. As always, loves, stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for future content.